Hey, happy 2025.
I hope you had a happy new year.
And hopefully the new year, goes well.
Yeah.
But anyway, like always, so in the festive mood, so we're going to go with our top 10 lists. And we're going to go nice quickly with our top 10 board games that we played all throughout last year. Interesting year of board gaming, but still we played some new ones. And a lot of the old classics, it's hard to do, which are current and vintage and stuff like that too. So we'll just start off with number 10. My number 10 is a slash in a sense.
Okay.
So Jurassic Park Danger. There was a co-op game in a sense where every other player plays the characters from the first Jurassic Park movie and the other player plays the dinosaurs trying to kill all the other players. And I just thought it was fun where you had a chance to, if you died, you got to grab another character, and if you died again, you had one more chance to get another character, I think it was. And it was just kind of interesting how you did that, and they had abilities and to do stuff. And then we played it kind of wrong for one point where you couldn't just gain up on someone with the dinosaur, so it wasn't able to do stuff like that. But we still fixed it and kind of did it right, and it was just kind of fun with the abilities, and I liked the gameplay of it. And the humans won on that play, so it was good because I had my the little fail-safe thing there. Like, one guy goes down, I'm like, I got plans for the other characters. So I'm like, they had interesting abilities, that helped out. And the other slash, which is higher up for that, so this would probably be the main, I guess, 10 spot, would be Volt. And I don't know, I liked it. It was like robots battling, he had the little thing where you hid your plans on stuff there, and then he had like the little thing where you place on each little square, and you'd move them a certain way to do things. You had like stuff with equips and abilities and trying to knock each other out or collect points and coins or whatever, the way to help you win or whatever. And I don't know, it turned out really fun and it was different, and I look forward to hopefully trying more of it because it was an interesting little robot battle game.
Yeah, I like that Danger game. I know the people were playing with kind of threw a little fit because they thought they were going to lose, and like, what's the point? And then you're like, aha, I have this. And you were able to save them and win.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing with people, so I had a plan the whole time. So,
and
I did those characters,
and I liked Volt because it's like some kind of robot arena battling, as you said, trying to get points, and it was nice and simple. And
sometimes you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah,
I liked about it because you'd plan out your move sets because you're thinking, I'm going to do this, which is going to knock into this person, or I'm going to shoot this person. But then it could be like, oh crap, then something happens where they ended up moving a little out of the way when your paths, and you're like, this didn't line up right.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny, but you're number 10.
My number 10 is Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. It is a cooperative game, and your goal is you and your teammates are trying to gather the treasure in a haunted house before the ghosts eventually take over or catch you, I guess.
Yeah, but you don't want to get a poltergeist. Too many poltergeists.
Yeah.
I like the little green ghosts. I like how they look.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the parts, the pieces in them.
It's an interesting game too.
It is very.
Because you have to go around and you can't go in the same room if there's too many of these things. You have to collect the treasures. If you have the treasure in your pack, you're stuck. So you can't do something, but you have to collect all the treasures and then get everyone out of the house before the whole thing fills up with all those poltergeists.
Yes.
So it isn't easy. I mean, it's not really, really hard, but a lot of times it gets kind of like annoying when you got to constantly get like, I just want to get that treasure and get out of here, but now I got to get rid of this because this is going to fill up one more ghost, and this, of course, or I have to do something to get rid of these poltergeists. You know?
Or trying to get the last person out while everyone else is out, and like, I guess I skipped my turn, as ghosts keep filling up in the house while you're waiting for the other person to escape.
But I like that one. That's really good. My number 9 is Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters.
Oh.
So mine was up a notch a little bit, but I really liked it. I liked how we found it. I liked the story of how we got it.
Yeah.
A little traveling to get someone up with the board game. So, and it's been a nice one. We played it quite a few times. But yeah, that's my number 9. Your number 9?
My number 9 is Mystery Mansion, the original one. Where it's really nice because I like how you got those like room pieces and how there's like individual arts on them, and then that helps you use your cards to look for treasure. And I like how the little plastic treasure chests, you don't know what's in them, but on the bottom side you got these little key numbers on it, and so it's a lot of secretive stuff where you don't know what other people know, basically.
And yet.
And then you have to have like a poker face, because if you give away the treasure's in there, someone's going to steal right from underneath your nose and get out of there.
I like how the place gets built as you play.
Well, yeah, I like how there's different floors.
Floors, lower levels, the mid-level, the high level, and that's creative. Spoilers that almost made it to my top 10 list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was probably going to be around 10 or 9 if it wasn't for the other ones. And number 8 would be a game from Parker Brothers in 1971. It kind of makes sense with what happened back in November, but basically it's called Landslide.
That almost made my list.
That was actually really fun. We played that on the election night because we figured it was fitting, so we all got together and played it. First time playing it, and really enjoyed it, even though I didn't win. But I was like second, so I was okay with that. But it was just one where you go around the board and get all these colors, go move yourself around the board, and then you do stuff. Pick up a card, do it, or you're trying to get all the votes from the states. So, you get a state, and it's like, all right, everyone, go for the bidding for... California or whatever,
Yeah.
and then, or Missouri or Hawaii or Alaska, even though those are the freak states. But, no one usually bid high on those ones for those two. Or then there'll be ones where you had to have the secret ballot and all that stuff there. But it was really fun, and it started off slow, but then we started picking up the pace, and then it got super fast because you knew what you were doing, and it just got better, and you had your money, and you had to get your votes and everything. So that was really, really, really good. At first I was like, I don't know. It's like an old political game, and it sounds like it's going to take a long time. I'm not really interested, but it turned out really fun.
I also agree. I got kind of iffy before we started playing it, but I actually really enjoyed it. I like how even when you bid on stuff, you don't know exactly how many electoral votes places are actually worth.
Mm.
And that you're like, ooh, we're about to get to some of those big states, and then you bid really high, and then you get something that's like very little. Yep. It's kind of fun how you don't know what you're exactly always bidding on.
Yep.
And you can steal people's states too. So that's a pretty good game.
It was a really, really good game. Landslide. Fitting. Really liked it.
My number 8 is Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Classic.
I love that game. It's kind of addictive because it's not as easy as it seems, even though it's a very simple game. The goal is to get you and your partners to go up to the giant's house and steal food. And then, of course, the golden harp.
And the harp lady. And
bring it down the beanstalk to the village and fill all the spots that require certain foods.
Cheapers. That can get a pain in the butt, though. Or,
I remember we played days basically trying to win the game.
It's always fun. Like, when my uncle visits, he'd always... we'd pretty much play and be like, we're going to play till we win. And it can take a long time because it's not easy. Because you can just spin where the giant gets you, takes a food, because if he fills up his box... Before you finish all your stuff and you all have to get down too. You have to get up, save all the stuff, and then get all the way. Everyone has to go down before he fills up his box, and then that could go on and on and on. Yeah. But it's a very fun game, and I like that we got the deluxe one where they're painted and all that neat stuff. And I like how you just go down the beanstalk and spin down. We did a review, and you can check it out if you like too. Number 7. Let me just lift up my big foot here. Oh, Bigfoot.
Oh,
the 70,
nice.
Was it 77? Bigfoot game where you just go around the board. It's just, I wish we would play the other version of the one I like, where it's almost kind of similar with the little purple people eater thing.
Yeah.
With that purple eyeball hopping around with the little happy smiley face, where you just basically, all you do in the game is like that one. You just go around the board and just try to survive. Be the last one left while something goes around and hops on you and gets you. With the Bigfoot, if he lands on you, he'll reveal, if you push down, you get a footprint. And if it's a footprint, then you're screwed. If not, then you're fine. And I don't know, it's just a fun game. Yeah. And we like Bigfoot stuff, and I like cryptid stuff. And I don't know, just played it again this year. We did, I think the year before or something like that. We played it once or twice. The more you play it, the more it's getting better. And we played it a couple of times, and it's nice. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I like that game so much I had to buy my own copy. It is a really good game. I like the mechanic and the way he looks and everything. Yep. And then the little feet. You're like, aha, I'm going to get you. And then it's like, nope.
Ah, crap.
It's a really nice, fun game.
Yep. Nice old game. What, Bill and Bradley again, I think, or something?
My number 7 is Ticket to Ride Ghost Train. I could basically put any Ticket to Ride game there, but this one particularly I enjoy because it's nice and simple. You're like, oh, it's just a kid's version of the game, but it's actually challenging and quick.
Yeah, I've been digging that one a lot, too, myself.
because I like those smaller ticket to rides where you can play multiple games in like an hour or whatever. But this has got a unique twist to it.
It's definitely a different play to it. I like that.
It's fun. It's not. It doesn't feel as ruthless, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely something anyone could pick up and
definitely
play.
If it's more of a first time version, a kid's version or whatever, an easy version, it ain't easy.
Yes.
You know, it actually seems sometimes harder to do than the other one because you have to complete a bunch of stuff to win instead of just, your 2 tickets. You got to complete, like this one, you got to complete 6. You got to get 6 things instead of just like your minimum of like your 2 and then just get points throughout. You have to keep going. It's not easy sometimes to connect 2 places, but it's colorful, it looks good theming. Love it.
And then yet it doesn't feel like someone just completely runs away. It seems like everyone's got a chance in the game. And if you can't do your tickets, you're lucky enough you can get rid of them.
Number 6 for me, Gorsh. Haha. Making the Beanstalk.
Nice.
That one high up too. You heard us say that. We have a review on it. My number 6, Making the Beanstalk. Your number 6.
My number 6 is the game of Dracula.
Ooh.
It's a nice, wonderful Waddington's game. So it can sometimes drag, and that can get really on people's nerves.
No, not Dracula. Dracula. This isn't the Munsters or you Rob Zombie here, Davey. It's Dracula. Dracula.
What's so good about the game of Dracula is you and your opponents are trying to get out of the house before Dracula catches you. First one out wins, and yet if you do get caught by Dracula, you get dragged all the way back.
Yep.
If you get captured, you can also become Dracula's servant.
Yeah, little servant. You got to go around the game, and that's the point of you can't win unless the way you win is getting out of the castle. So if you're a servant and you're going to just be going after, you're on his side, you're going to go after everybody else. So then that's also the fun point of it. Some people don't like that, as always. But you go after them, and you go with them, and they become it. So that gives you a chance to get the hell out of there. And there's that one annoying guy that goes from here to here to here, blocks this exit or blocks this exit. So it's like by the time you finally get to the exit, he can be like, haha, I'm blocking it. It's like, you son of a bit. Now I got to go all the way out to this one. By the time you go to that one, he'd be like, haha, I rolled the die. Now he's blocking this one. I'm like, are you kidding me? So it could be it could drag very much, but I like it because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to make it drag too.
Yeah.
Where you want to be able to constantly go back and bite. Like I've had it where, one of the games where I was sitting there just staying by one of the exits, like at one point this is going to open up again, while the other players are too busy going back and forth.
Yeah.
Haha, I bit you. Now I bite you. Now I bite you. Now I bite you. I'm just waiting for an opening. Great game, though, from Waddington's, though.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with the pieces. The
pieces,
concept,
the idea of it.
The art of
I like
the
little mask that you're supposed to put on. It's a fun little game. It's a very good one. Which is my number 5.
Are you serious?
The game of Dracula. So we're kind of...
Wow.
Yours are lower, mine are higher for a lot of games. But I like the game of Dracula, as I said. And I am the champion of it so far. Every game we played, I've won. So I'm the undisputed champ of Waddington's game of Dracula. And that's not the only reason why I like it so much, put it so high up. But I do really enjoy that game very much. Hopefully we'll review it and have plans and fun with a lot of Waddington stuff at some point. So your number 5?
My number 5 is another cooperative game. It's Star Trek Panic. I like the Castle Panic kind of games. And what I like about the Star Trek one, it's actually more cooperative than all the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because in this case, 100%, if you guys win, you all win. Instead of the other ones where you basically score, and whoever's got the highest score wins. So, and I like that the idea of, doing missions and stuff. I like the art and the pieces to make it...
I like how you can, move the ship around, where it's like you got to move it to here in order to do what it's got to do. So that was kind of a neat aspect.
Because I played a Star Trek game that's basically a reskin of another game, which was Star Trek Settlers of Catan. But what I like about this over that one, even though you still get different abilities who you are, this one, you're actually working together to do missions, and each mission or each game could be different, and it could really frustrate you. You're like, oh, I just played this the other day, and I won easily, and now it's like, oh my gosh, we almost lost.
Yeah, but it's not to the point of... the Alien co-op game or the Back to the Future one somehow lately.
Yeah.
Where the point where it's like, wait, we were doing pretty good in this, and now we just keep losing. It's like, well, I'm not playing those for a while.
Yeah.
But the Star Trek one, I'll play that again. That was really good. Which is good because, for a panic game. I like those castle panic games a lot.
For a second, I thought you were going to say that was your next one.
My number 4 is Ticket to Ride. We played this year. We played some good ones, like always. We did the New York little one, the London one, but then we also did Paris this year, which was okay. But the special mechanic was just the red, white, and blue thing. So that was kind of it was just you want something quick and easy.
Yeah.
For Ticket to Ride, you play that one. Then there was the Berlin one we played this year. That one wasn't too bad. But out of all of them, Ghost Train.
Really?
So I really enjoyed that Ghost Train. I've been enjoying the Ghost Train ever since we got it. So again, my next one, and number 4 would be Ticket to Ride Ghost Train, or just Ticket to Ride in general, I guess.
Yeah.
But mostly Ticket to Ride Ghost Train. And for more from that, check out a review on it. Now on to your number 4.
My number 4 is Quirky Circuits.
So low.
There's 2 different.
Han.
I know where this is going. There's 2 different versions. They're both called Quirky Circuits. I think you can't go wrong with either one. Either the one basically people call
like Penny and Gizmo's Snow Day.
Yeah, Penny and Gizmo's Snow Day, or the original, which has more characters. In some ways, feels way harder.
Yeah, that one's tough. The original Quirky Circuits.
I almost want to say the Snow Day is more my favorite.
I enjoy the Snow Day one more, just because it was the first, and it's the one the story where I'm like I saw it at the miniature market.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm like this just the box that cat.
Yep.
On the thing that's actually Gizmo, the little Roomba cleaner. Inside that, I'm like, oh, looks cute. It's a co-op thing. I'm like, oh, this seems different. And I'm like, well, we'll think about it. And then we came back and was like, oh no, they say there's only one left online. People are really buying this. And then we had to go back and get it, and then played it ever since, and then got other copies of. Then we found out about the old one.
And then it was like going for like ridiculous price.
Yeah. The old one was like there was an original. This isn't the first one. And then we found that for a good deal, and it's like cool.
Yeah, I just like the 3D pieces. They look really cool. The mechanics. I really think you can't go wrong with either one. But I do like this. You
got the neat little. You got all the different little robots of certain types, and then it's like a little book. You open up the book, and then you move them. Everyone, it's a co-op. It's all blindly. But there is hinting and stuff that you can help. Beep, beep, boop, boop. And boo, boop, boo, boo, bop. No, this isn't Electric Zoo from SpongeBob, but good song. Good episode. But all the boo, boo, bops, or boops, Betty Boop, 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 bop. Anyway, Kids Bop, no. But it's a fun game, and you just lay all your cards out, and then you all flip it over and see. You're trying to direct your robot to do certain things and go certain places, so. You can have it where it's like, oh, I think I know where you're going. I know where we're going. Oh, I get the hints. I think I know where we're moving towards. Because, like, hey, we have to go over to this thing. And everyone's like, I think we got it right. And then sometimes you just, multiple times, it's really, the funniest thing is when you do it and you're right back where you start. It's like, how did we waste, like, 12 cards among us? And it just, right back to start. It's like, hey, we're back where we were, but we wasted a turn. The battery's getting lower, so it's hilarious when you see the results. It usually gets everybody, for the most part, pretty much laughing when we F up and all that stuff. Right. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, More, it's like, it's ridiculous than getting frustrated. So that's what I love about it.
And it's
super fun.
It's also funny / a shame when you put the wrong card down, too.
Yep.
And everyone's like, what the...
It's like... Well.
Or you see everyone's like, oh, I think he knows he's going. Like, no, you don't realize what I played. Stop it.
And it's like, I know, I wish they would do a third one.
Yes, they should. Please.
Number 3?
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars. Everyone loves bumper cars. It's always on our list. Bumper cars is just the game. It's fun. It's colorful. It's a neat idea. You got to get your 4 cars from here and park them in exactly. You got to get in there exactly. 1 through 4, everyone has colorful cars, 1 through 4. You got to get 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4. And you can bump people back to start, which gets annoying, but then they can easily get up because you're rolling dice and you move a lot. The fun of it is, it's just how the movement is. You go this way or that way, and then you can take whatever route, but you have to stick to that route, and then bumping people. But it's just it's an easy game. Anyone can pick it up and play it. It's an old game. What is it? Parker Brothers, Milton Bradley, one of the two. And it's just, I don't know, it's been fun ever since we've gotten it. We got many copies of it.
Definitely.
And we can get many more, at least one more, that's sitting at a game store where it's like, do we want another one?
I like it. I like these little cars with the numbers on. even if your stickers start peeling off, what's good is they actually have plastic numbers on it, so you can still know who your characters are.
It looks good, and it's fun.
It is it's kind of addictive in a way. So I can totally see why you moved it up so high.
Well, it's usually pretty high.
My number 3 is Horrified. I played 2 this year, I believe, the original and the Greek one, and I honestly don't think you can go really wrong. I also really like the other one we played with the American Monsters.
Yep.
That one's really good.
Yeah, Bigfoot and all of them.
But I like it a lot because it's a nice cooperative game. It's fun to play a bunch of games when you work together. And this one is it's kind of a longer game, but it's so much fun. And each version has different monsters, so you really can't get bored. And if you think it's too easy, you can play with more monsters. Or if you're starting off,
getting too hard, you can
just play against one if you had to. It's something anyone can actually learn. It's more intimidating, I feel like, than it really should be.
Yeah.
I basically got my whole family to play it, even my mom. So it's a really good game. It's something that you can play any time of the year. It doesn't have to be around Halloween, or even like a stormy night would be a nice night to play it. It's a really fun game where you just have to try different ways to beat the monsters.
Yep, Horrified's always good. Good stuff. We gotta try that World Tour one or whatever soon. Number 2. Number 2. Hey, what the? Oh, what a weird visual that just happened on screen. Where'd your head go? Don't lose your head over this game. That's a great game. We all love it. It's another co-op one. From Funko and Disney. The Return of the Headless Horseman.
That is a good game.
Ichabod Crane. Ichabod!
Ichabod!
Again, go check our review on it for a more in-depth thing and all that fun about it. But you play Ichabod Crane, everyone tries to get Ichabod to the bridge in time. You know the story of the Headless Horseman. And you have to get there, then while you do stuff, you're trying to avoid the Headless Horseman, and every time you move, he moves because of the numbers on your card. So you have to play it, and there's stuff on the board, and it's just, everyone has to play stuff it's like, hey, like there's bad spots and good spots. You're like, all right, everyone, the best thing to do is play, don't play any even numbers, or like, all right, the best numbers for some of the good spots would be 4, 5, or 6, actually. Either one of those would be fine. I only have a 3. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
Or, all right, everyone, wink. What would be the best thing? A 4. And then everyone plays anything but a 4, and because you have to go with the lowest number played. So you can go play a round or two before anyone moves, and the cards can all gather before you match the numbers. You're supposed to match numbers. And it can go to the lowest one. It's like 4. Oh, look, you picked 2. Now we're caught up, and we move 2. We pick up a puzzle. A puzzle piece, and now the horseman goes 20. Yeah, we're not going to win this one. Or, but you have to go through, take different paths, and then you get the tree where you can spin to move him on point, which is fun, or spin to collect your cards. It's a fun game, and we play it, then you want to play it again, then you want to play another game of it. You play multiple games of it in a night. It's a great game, and everyone loves it.
Oh, yeah. And it's nice, a simple game, and yet sometimes it can get really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And
especially if you play the one where you flip the thing where the question marks are even more.
Yeah.
For the horseman to move, and it's like...
It's, what is it, instead of 2, it's 4?
Yeah, it's like,
So my number 2 is Bumper Cars. It's, as he said, it's a really good game.
Everyone do the bump.
Everyone do the bump. Anyways, it's a really good game. It's something we could just whip out at any time. And as he said, everyone loves the game. It's simple. It's fun. It's Bumper Cars.
Can't complain with that game. All right, time for number 1. So I was surprised yours was so low because it's our top ones there, but we're there. Quirky Circuits.
Makes sense.
I love Quirky Circuits. We already talked about how awesome Quirky Circuits is. Yeah. We went into a long thing of it, but number 1 is Quirky Circuits. It's when it's been our number 1 like co-op game basically. That and the Headless Horseman basically.
Yeah.
So of course we play like it's just I don't know. I love that game a lot. And again, give us a third one.
Please
make another Quirky Circuits. They're fun and cute. And everyone can get into them and enjoy them.
Yeah. My number 1 is Return of the Headless Horseman. Like you said, I mean, it's one of our top cooperative games. Great mechanics, great art. They just did an amazing job. It was very surprisingly great. And that's why I made it to my number 1 spot.
See how easy that was and how kind of fast this went? But yeah, but we can't go without talking about some honorable mentions. As I was telling you, like, some of those almost made the list. But then, I mean, we can't forget, because there's just so many. Like I said, Mystery Mansion almost made it for me. But then there's other ones I figured, you know, I almost thought of Star Trek Panic, but I only played that one time. You played it a couple times, so I didn't want to kind of... I'm like, I got to play a little bit more to maybe think. Then there's just some honorable mentions. All the card games we played, you know. And I'm not just talking about, like, the actual card games, like Cribbage and Pinochle and Knaves and Pitch Six and stuff like that. I mean, like, you know, like Pairs and other things that are like card-based games. And not just the TCGs, like Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh!, but those are fun too when we play. But then the Christmas games, ton of Christmas games. Definitely. And we always enjoy those, but it's like, I feel like that always should get their own list. And then race car games would make on there, but I feel like we should just do our top 10 race car games. Plus, I just miss it, King Domino. Yeah. Always enjoyed King Domino. We tried a new, so that was a new one we got from Kickstarter, that Haunted Halloween Trick or Treat board game. Go check our unboxing review of it. Maybe this Halloween we'll do a whole playthrough and show how the game is. But that's a nice little game. I enjoyed it. I won. But, you know, so there's always that. And, you know, so I figure, but it's, you know, it's just things that can't get on there because you just started them, but I just feel like they're worth noting. Decipher was a fun one. That's when we had like to put those things together, and you had to hold it up, and they had to guess the letters and the different shapes and colors, and that would spell out something. That was a really weird, very unique game, but I really thought it was interesting when it was done. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
It was interesting.
And then you know, Dragon Parade, always a classic for all of us. Alfredo's Food Fight was pretty fun. Finally playing that old vintage game. Hollywood 1947, one of those little book games where you're playing like the making of movies, like either make an American film or a commie film, and you got to do all this stuff there as director, editor, etc., actor. That was a pretty fun one. And then like just mentioning those old ones, like we enjoyed those really old games that are just old kid games. There's a Cinderella one we played, and the Raggedy Ann and Andy one that were kind of neat. And I don't know, that's basically it.
It was definitely a good year for gaming.
Not one of the best ones. I feel like we could have fit in a lot more.
But you know,
but stuff happens. Hopefully this year we'll fit in a lot more. But fun stuff.
Definitely.
Hope you enjoy them. Let us know what your favorite games were. If you play any of these, you should try these out, definitely. Every year we just say, go play those games. They're fun. Just keep board gaming. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And hopefully it's a good year and a whole good year of board gaming to come.
Keep it gnarly and game on.
Yu-Gi-Oh!